Hello there, and welcome to my stream. So, today we are continuing to develop the Site-17 FB spawn. On the agenda today is to finish up this catwalk, to sort of fix whatever's going on with the door here, and to also do some interior detailing. So, as you may recall, just enable my light plugin. This used to be the old FB spawn. It wasn't entirely up to my specifications, so I am redoing it. So we'll see where this goes. So I do apologize, by the way. There's still some stream stuff that I'm figuring out. So if you see something slightly weird happen, just ignore it, please. Please tell me. How's the microphone now? Any better? Hello? Music is a bit too loud. Okay. Let me turn that down even more. Okay, so I've turned down the music to pretty much 0. See if just increasing the... Okay, beautiful. So, yeah, so right now you should be able to just increase the volume of the video, and I should come through fine, I hope. Also joining me today is Gooch. He will be acting as my moderator, so please acknowledge their words as if they were my own in terms of moderation. So yeah, let's go ahead and continue. So last stream we started making the catwalk. So I'm not entirely sure I like this design, so I'm gonna be partially remaking it. CWM is sending me memes in DMs. Alright. God, everybody's sending me memes in DMs. What is going on? Jeez. Alright. So, we are gonna pop back into here. And we're gonna kind of, sort of, use this as the template for what this should look like. Now, remember, the width of this is 6.5, so we might actually be aiming to go slightly below that, so that it's a perfectly square shape, so we don't have to do anything particularly special to get it to rotate here. For now, the question is, do you have a support design for that walkway? The answer is right now, no. However, that is going to be something that I'm going to be doing, because once again, yeah, it is slightly unrealistic. And to answer your question of what group is this? This is Administrator Mr's SCPF group, and this is the Site-17 project. It is a roleplay site that we are developing right now. So, some of the things that we have to do for this is to make sure that the design is more or less symmetrical all the way around. Second of all, we need to make the new design a lot thinner than this, because this is quite thick. For something that is supposed to be a fairly light catwalk, it just does not make sense for it to be that thick. So instead, I'm going to have it be 0.15. So this is more or less how thin it is going to be compared to the old design. We are also going to be making it 6.5 by 6.5. And this is pretty much how our design is going to start off with, or start off. So to make sure that it is being symmetrical in pretty much all dimensions, we're gonna cut it slightly like this. And we're gonna delete the parts that we don't need. Next, we're going to go into modifiers here and apply a mirror modifier. Apply it over the X and Y axis. So now when I develop on this specific part, I don't need to develop on all of the other ones, and it saves me time. It's great. Let's drag this over here. And I'm probably going to do the exact same thing on this side. So we're going to have a bit of a square design here. I'm going to inset this. Oh, I forgot to reset the scale. So let's make this somewhere like 0.1 thin. And we're just going to slightly allow it to go down. Very, very slightly. And then we're going to inset it again. There we go. We already have a basic tile design. Oh no, I forgot. So one of the things that's really important for these is while these designs are just for design, technically speaking, in terms of physics, we don't need to we don't need to actually have these designs, but they do make the whole thing look slightly nicer, so we're going to be keeping them. And I completely lost track of where I was going with that. But anyway, the point is, we need to also have a design on the bottom. So I actually need to make sure I don't go past this limit here of about halfway down, so right around there. So to remember that, I am going to just measure that. So that is, oh god, why is that such a weird number? I guess just floating point errors. Jeez. Oh yeah, and before I forget, or rather I already forgot, I'm going to enable screencast keys so you can see what keys I'm pressing down here. Ignore that error. Oh, okay, or don't ignore that error. Okay, screencast keys decided to die, I guess? There we go. Hopefully that won't happen again. So, let's go ahead and take a look at, one moment. There we go. So, this is the design that we were looking at previously, and we were also previously looking at some of Special Forest's designs down here. So, this design is really nice, but it is too thick to, it's too, well, I wouldn't say it's too industrial, but it is, yeah, it's just too heavy. For something that's right above lava, I guess it makes sense, but for something that is supposed to be a light walkway, it does not. So, of course, we take to the internet and we take a look here at what different designs we can use to get inspiration, so to speak. So this is too thick. Granted, it can be adjusted. I would say too simple. I'm going for more of a sci-fi feel for this rather than like totally industrial. Too thick, too many holes. I think I demonstrated on the previous stream why having a lot of holes like this is bad for the triangle count. This is just irrelevant. So I think what I may do is I might actually cheese the design a little bit. So because this whole thing is 0.15 thick in total, what I can actually do is I can bridge this so that it is like so, and then in the middle I can put a part that has a great texture on both sides of it. That will make it look like it's like it has all these holes, but not actually have the holes in the topology. If that makes sense. I'm just gonna drag that over to my other screen. Meanwhile, while I'm doing this, does anybody in chat have any questions? Can you add a photo of me into FP spawn? I mean, I can. I don't think I will. Oh, my apologies. That was not my intention. I'm mainly keeping it calm because well, it's closer to the night where I am, so I don't want to particularly get overexcited. I will certainly try though. Okay, so right now we are also adding onto this. Ooh. What I'm actually going to do here, so I once again don't have to do too much work, is I'm going to delete these sides as well, and I'm going to replicate it over the z-axis as well. That way, I have to do even less work. Isn't that wonderful? Fixing up some of the topology. Jeez, why is my cursor moving? Or why is that moving so slowly? There we go. Ack. Do I like this topology? I think so. So we're going to clean that up, make sure all the 16 vertices are merged. So now we are going to loop select all of this, make sure clipping is enabled to make sure I don't accidentally clip into something else. Mirror modifier, yeah, mirror modifier is absolutely fantastic. I wish you could also partially edit stuff while a modifier is still applied. Like for example, if I wanted to have the mirror modifier applied here, but I also wanted to say just change this corner, so I wouldn't have to apply the modifier to change that corner. I hope you sort of understand what I mean by that. Ooh, looks like we got some other little topology things going on here, which need to be yeeted out of the way. Because the thing with topology is we want to keep it more or less a very, very nice square. Otherwise, it will, if we try and do something like loop cut like this, it won't do it even. It'll be like slightly offset to one side or another. If I usually build, I usually use Studio, thinking about Blender and warning it. Gooch does in fact have a YAL pass. If I build, I usually use Studio, thinking about it using Blender. I'm not quite sure what you mean by that, crazy man. Can you elaborate? So here, let me show you what I mean by the great thing. So right now we're gonna export this to FP spawn. So Catwalk. It's just, yeah, we're just gonna overwrite the old Catwalk thing. Now we're gonna copy this out of here and upload it. Oh, I forgot. I figured out what the problem is. When you export as something like an OBJ, or any other thing really, you have to make sure you have selection only enabled, otherwise it will try and export the entire thing as well, the OBJ. Catwalk.obj. No, I do not want to move it back. I only develop using Studio right now, but I'm thinking about learning how to use Blender for future builds. Yes, absolutely. In terms of like building career for, well, as much as it can be a career, using or learning Blender was definitely right up there in terms of improving my designs, improving my workflow. It's Blender's an absolute godsend. I absolutely recommend it. Doing it if you're already thinking it. Okay, so let's add the part. Let's just, and we want to make it slightly thinner so that it does not clip through the entire thing. So we're making 0.1 since the original mesh is 0.0 or 0.15. We're gonna temporarily set it to something like 5.75 so that it doesn't go through the entire thing. 0.75. Now we're just gonna copy over the position data into here. I see it's still a little bit small, so we're actually gonna... Oh wait, I forgot this is 6.5, or is this 6.5? It is 6.5. So we're gonna actually bump it up all the way to 6. There we go. Yes, I have my taskbar on the side. I prefer it that way. Haters gonna hate. So now I'm just gonna group this for ease sakes. So, now we use the amazing toolbox and we search for seamless. So typically this is how you find really nice, well, seamless textures. So I don't know what that is, but let's check it out. Gonna have that on the top. And that is most definitely not what I'm looking for. I mean, worst comes to worst, we're just gonna have to make our own texture, which isn't too difficult for this specific task. But of course, I would certainly prefer it if I could find one. Okay, this might work. So this is quote-unquote seamless basket. So let's see if we can play around with it. So if we, first of all, we need to, of course, decrease this maybe to 0.5. Okay, that's looking good. We gotta make sure the part that it's child of is transparent. Okay. And now we're just gonna start playing around with the color to make it look more like metal. What do you think, chat? Here, let me actually copy over the color here. Whoops, that is not the right place. I'm gonna copy it over to the texture color. So now it more or less matches? What do you think? We can also try still looks like a pile of pie just burnt. Alright, let's try decreasing it even more. Oh goodness. I mean, the beautiful thing about this is that people are also let's see if we can find some other textures. For now, is there a way to disable this? Well, technically, yes. Okay, transparency set to 0. Let's see if there's any dedicated. This corrugulated metal. Soccer ball. Ooh. Stone mosaic texture. Soccer ball. I didn't even know lightning could be seamless. What? Ooh. Hello. This might work. Oh no. But see, the so-called transparent parts are not transparent. What about this? It's better, but personally, I don't know about you guys, but I would not walk over what is essentially a chain link fence. So our search continues. It's just scrolling over the same thing. Can't tell at this point. Oh, seamless floor, great. Hello. Oh goodness. How small is this thing? Oh. See, for this one, it's okay. I don't like I don't like the fact that it's not see-through. It's, I don't know, it's just something I don't like. I feel like it should be. Seamless small break. Seamless floor plate. Same reason. Sewer. Okay. Nope. That's definitely not it. High-rise glass. Well. What in the world? Ooh. See, if it wasn't for the fact that it's occasionally transparent, I feel like this would be perfect. But no. We're not perfect, but as good as perfect as we can get. More high-rise glass. High-rise night. Okay, let's take it out for a spin. No, this one just does not have any, well, texture to it, so to speak. No, I'm not even gonna take a look at that one. Thin metal grates. Okay, this seems promising. Then again, I've said this about the previous ones as well. Is this another chain link fence? Kind of, sort of, not really. Chainmail. No, definitely not what I'm looking for. See, regarding the detail, there doesn't particularly need to have a lot of detail. It should just have enough detail to be noticeable when you look at it, because the thing I found is that people honestly don't pay attention to the small details as much as we developers like to think. Now, granted, there will absolutely be some people who absolutely will pay closer attention, but yeah, not for something like this, I don't think. Yeah, so now for great. Okay. This is actually pretty good. Let me just scale it up a bit. Now a little bit down. Yeah, I think this will work. I think this will work. What do you think, chat? That would kill me. Make this main site when? This is not going to become the main site anytime soon. Though I hope once we get our stuff together, we will be able to make a much nicer main site than we currently have. Okay, cool. Glad you guys like this new texture. So we're just gonna go ahead and copy that and make it go on the bottom as well. So now, it's on both sides. Fantastic. I do think that the interior part could use a bit more, or sorry, not the interior, the exterior part could use a bit more detailing. So we're gonna go back in here, and this doesn't have to be particularly complicated. It could be as simple as just, as just rounding off this edge, for example. So if I increase that to so it doesn't have to be too crazy. So if I just make that 0.15, then shade smooth and adjust the vertex auto smooth. Let's try. Ooh. Oh, but now there's a problem that this is automatically smoothing. So we're gonna go into here, mark that as sharp, and do the same thing for this interior edge as well. So now it's properly shaded. Let's import or export this and see how that looks. And let's just try lining this up with several other ones. Okay, so it provides a little bit of a gap right there. The thing I don't like, though, is the fact that when these mesh right here, they essentially seem they seem like they're seamless. Sorry, bad joke, I know. I'm just gonna go ahead and take my leave now. No, I'm kidding. The stream shall continue. So shading, despite the fact that it looks fine in Blender, it did do a little bit of a thing with the edge there. So I'm going to make this slightly more rounded. 5. So shade smooth, keep that as that. And then once again have to re-sharpen these edges. Oops. Mark sharp. Okay, so and the next thing is I'm thinking about just beveling these edges here. Now this will add a bit of topology, but it should make the entire thing look a little bit nicer. So let's take a look at how that looks. Wait, let's also make sure that this is actually no, never mind. It seems to be fine. I really need to get a Blender plugin that automatically does this. Okay, cool. So the little shading thing on the side has been fixed. So if I now take this asset ID and put it into all of these. There we go. So now we have to figure out a way that they connect, right? So it's fine to have them somewhat flush, I guess. I personally still don't like it. I think there should be like little gaps between plates like that. So, unfortunately enough, I'm just going to go ahead and undo everything I've done so far, but I will keep it in mind because I now know what that's supposed to look like. I am going to have her sharpen these so that so that it doesn't. Oh, did the plugin break again? It did, didn't it? Yeah. So what we're actually going to do for this is we're going to artificially make it seem like it is not the size that it is supposed to be. So we're going to scale it that way by something like 0.25 or 0.025, and then do the same thing for this side, since it has to be replicated on both sides, right? So I'm just gonna quickly measure this. Why does my plugin keep breaking? Kind of annoying. I'm gonna say close enough because floating point errors are a thing. So that is fine. Oh, hello, Voidjet. What are you guys going to add to make the FP spawn different from how it is currently? So the current FP spawn, the one that I had originally commissioned, looks like this. So it's a bit blocky for my tastes. Still looks pretty good though. And this is what the new one I'm making is, or how it looks like for now anyway. So if I zoom out, there it is in all of its FP glory. So because I scaled it down by 0.025 on both sides, what I am going to do now is I'm going to make another loop cut here, and about halfway down here. Oops. I'm going to make 3 cuts, and I'm going to use these 2 outside cuts as reference points. So I'm just going to get rid of this middle one. Although I guess it wouldn't have made a difference. So, once again, 0.025 this direction, and then 0.025 in that direction, and then I'm going to do the same thing for here. Just going to dissolve those edges, and now I'm going to take these little nubs that I've made, and I'm going to slightly extrude them by the exact same factor that I've extruded them from the main body. So, and this is the point where I realize that I don't particularly think that these are as thick as I want them to be. So I'm going to go ahead and select this and move it another 0.025 in that direction. Yeah. Oops. What did I just do? There we go. And then do the same thing for here. So if I'm correct, that should be a nice round number now. Yep. And do the same thing for here. little nub sticking out like that now. And actually, I'm gonna go ahead and use, so I'm gonna check what the total length of this is, if it's good. 3.225, okay, it's perfect. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna look from the top, and I'm going to actually cut this entire thing. Whoops. My bad. I'm going to cut this entire thing diagonally. If Blender lets me. Then if I've done everything properly, it should have cut through all surfaces. Fantastic. So now I'm going to make my life even easier than it was before by not having that selected. I'm just going to go ahead and delete these faces. Heck, I delete the wrong faces. These faces here. So now we actually have, I don't even know, 1/8 left of what we originally had. So now select these 2 inside points. I'm going to move the cursor here. I'm going to set that as the origin, which was a very bad idea. Let's not do that. I'm instead going to spawn I'm going to spawn an empty here. I'm going to rotate it. Well, no, I'm not going to rotate it quite yet. I am going to add yet another mirror modifier. And I'm actually going to use this, so this is, I'm going to call this something like Catwalk mirror. That is caps lock. Catwalk mirror. And I'm going to set this new mirror modifier to base it off of that mirror modifier, or base it off of that. So now the mirror is directly based off of this thing. So now if I rotate by 45 degrees, beautiful. Now I only have to edit this one, like these 2 parts, and it will edit everywhere else. Okay. So let's get this import. So first of all, gotta check what size it is. It is still 6.5 by 6.5, and when I selected, there's no other significant figures, so it's all good on floating point errors, or so I hope. Let's just give it a visual inspection. Looking all right. Oh, but then I realized that I forgot this corner thing. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to temporarily disable this modifier. I'm going to extrude this like so. I'm going to do that. Then I'm going to take these 2 edges. I'm actually going to go only up to 4. And I think this was 0.15. Right? Right. And then I'm going to delete these sides here because I don't need them. So now if we re-enable the modifier, it should be looking just fine. Gotta make sure the normals are set properly too, though. All right, let's export this and take a look at how it works. Did I say how it works or did I say how it looks? I don't know. And copy it over to everything else so everything looks the same. Alright, cool. There's still a little bit of a edge problem in some places though, which I'm not sure is happening because, I think it's happening because of the mirror modifier, not because of the shading itself. So yeah, easy way to figure that out. I'm gonna up this to 45, re-export. Catwalk.obj and put it into here. Okay, yeah, so because there's still a seam over there, you can tell that this is a mirror modifier problem, so I'm going to eventually just apply the mirror modifier, but for now it'll stay like this, but it's fine. So, next thing, as you recall, we beveled this edge slightly, though I don't quite remember by how much. Oh, probably should change this back to 30. So we beveled this edge by 0.025, I think, was the number we used. Any ideas, chat? What else do you think we should do? Nope. Spilled some of my tea. I mean, one very, very basic thing we can do is we can literally just have sort of a line going down this edge. So I'm gonna delete this, or I'm gonna dissolve it. Mirror this over like so. And then just... No. I'm gonna do this. So I'm gonna loop cut this using just the vertex select, right? I'm gonna create some faces between here. Then I'm gonna take this entire thing and I'm gonna extrude it slightly down. So 0.005. Doesn't have to be any more than that. Oops. Set that to negative. Then I have to delete these extra faces that popped up on both sides. Oh, or I guess only on one side. And then, so right now it's, because of the way it's shaded, it's slightly difficult to tell that that's even there. So what I'm going to do is to very cheekily fix that. I'm going to slightly move it in using edge slide, and I'm going to use a value of 0.1. Or wait, can I do that to both sides at the same time? I guess I can't. Okay. No matter. So I'm going to point slide that by 0.1, or loop slide it. I'm going to loop slide that by 0.1 as well. There we go. Already, it's slightly easier to see. Good. Good. That's what I like to hear. Not quite sure what's happening on this bit though. Okay, I know what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna undo all of that. Unfortunate, I know. So I'm gonna dissolve these vertices. I'm gonna once again look from the top, and using my knife select, or knife tool, I'm going to constrain that to a specific direction, like so. And that will hopefully solve all of my problems, because now when I extrude once more by 0.005 in the negative direction. So right now it's still looking quite a bit weird. But now I can take this edge. Oh, I can't. So I'm going to have to do that thing with disabling the mirror modifier again. So I can take these here. I can make them go in this direction, along with these guys. You're going to have to. There you go. And then I can do that. Let's just take a look at what sort of size we should use. I think 0.05 works pretty alright, I'd say. So let's just leave it at that. Delete these extra faces here. Oh, that's where that's coming from. And then do the exact same thing here, but with a slightly smaller curve, because it's more on the inside than the outside. So something like so seems to be the most appropriate. Then re-enable the mirror. say that looks pretty good. Let's loop slide. Well, first of all, we gotta get rid of this vertex here and this vertex here, so you can loop slide properly. So we're gonna loop slide that point 0.1, and same with this side, like so. Fantastic. There we go. Looking nice. Just slightly manually adjust this to be a bit less pointy. There we go. So let's import this into Studio and see how it looks. Copy over the asset ID to the other ones. Fantastic, so it looks like they're connecting properly. And you can definitely see that they have some detailing on top. Yeah, I think this will do nicely. I think this will do really nicely indeed. Alright, now of course one thing that you have to remember is the hitbox. So the hitbox, if I turn on my my plugin to view hitboxes, gotta wait for it to load in. Looks like that. Now, what would typically happen as you as a player, as you walked over this catwalk, you would start bouncing up and down because of these hitboxes. Because, well, there is a little bit of a drop here. Now, because we don't want that, we go into these and we select a different collision fidelity. This is the hitbox type, and we set it to box. So now if I look at it, it's a box. Yay! Okay. Now unfortunately, because these are now separate parts, I can't do any optimization with the grading. So normally, with the grading, I would just stretch it out like that. But as you can see, now it goes in between those. So this is slightly bad for the part count, but overall, I hope that it won't matter too much. So let's go ahead and start positioning this and playing around with the catwalk, because, well, this is a new size, because these previous catwalks were 7.5 long. So I'm probably gonna have to move some stuff around just a little bit. So let's align that. Let's get rid of the old catwalks. Goodbye. You have served us well. And just before I forget, let's make sure we group these so we don't have to select them individually later. Okay, so it comes up slightly short, looks to be maybe 1 or 2 studs short of the end. So we're probably gonna have to move this another tile out, because quite frankly, if we move it any more that direction, it would start eating into the terrain. Now we could edit the terrain slightly, but I am no terrain designer, so probably not the best idea. Oh yeah, one more thing I forgot to do. It's quite important to make sure that you have all your models and whatnot named properly. So let's just say this, we call this catwalk part, or catwalk panel. We're gonna open these all. Call these grading. And of course, from the bottom, it also looks quite nice, This is 6.4. This is 15. Okay. So let's move this over. I think we should be able to just get away with doing that, because quite frankly, this ends in like slightly offset from the middle. don't think it'll matter. Bleh, can't talk today. I don't think it'll matter too much. So let's select this. Let's move it over to where the new one is, and take a look at how that ends up looking. Okay, so the staircase still comes down to where it needs to. Only thing I don't particularly like is these guys are now slightly offset. So honestly, I'm probably just gonna set them to be right up against it. Now, is that good? Not particularly. I do feel like there should be a little bit of an offset, but in this scenario, if we do that, it'll end up looking weird. Well, yes, this I'm actually really quite happy that this looks a lot nicer than Area 14, because Area 14 was built, what, 1 or 2 years ago? I'd say probably more like almost 3 years ago at this point. So, and stuff like the lighting technology was quite less than it is right now. So it is quite a good thing that it is looking much better than Area 14 is right now. And honestly, that would also mean that we can push Area 14 to its absolute limits in terms of how it'll end up looking if we decide to remake it. So, we have edited the catwalk now. However, because we have done so, we now have the problem of, well, these railing or rail holders no longer match up with the catwalk, so we need to make sure we adjust those as well. So we're just gonna take this, we're gonna drag it over. Right, I forgot to do a thing. So because this entire model relies on this being in its proper position, what we're actually gonna do is we're going to parent this to this. So that is Control P, I think, or there we go, it's Control P. So you set the object to parent, so now this is inside of cube, like so. Now we should be able to move it. Oh goodness. Okay. What if we keep the transform? What happens then? Nope, still the same problem. Goodness. If I copy and paste it. There we go. Okay. I guess Control D, which I normally use, doesn't exactly copy and paste everything. So I guess Control C and Control V was the better alternative there. Okay, so now we have this. So first off, I do want to take note that because it is now seamless all around, or because it's the same all around, it is now properly connected. So that is looking quite nice. So we're just going to rotate this. Oops. Why is it rotating around? Oh, because it's rotating around the cursor. There we go. I'm just going to rotate that because for whatever reason I prefer to work on this edge right now instead of, bit of an optimization thing that I completely forgot about. Let's go ahead and dissolve these edges in the middle of that because there's no reason that they have to be there. There we go. Oh, you know what? Just thought of another thing we can do. So, because this inside edge has the same amount of edges as this outside edge, what we can do is we can actually dissolve the edges here. Whoops! We can delete the face here, and we can remake it using bridge edge loops, and it will line up nicely like that. That prevents the game engine from having to do too much topology stuff. Whoops. So, oh, unfortunately I can't exactly do that with that though. So I'm gonna have to individually create the triangles for that, but it's fine. It's still better than having the engine do it on its own, because well, the game engine can do some weird things. Let's just put it that way. Okay. So now that that is fixed, let's just delete this. Control. Oh wait, can I do Alt D? No, I can't do Alt D. Can't do Alt C, Alt V either. Okay, there we go. So move it -20 that way. And oh, okay, and I'm just gonna work like. Why is it around that? There we go. Okay. So let's just drag over one of the old ones to here. Let's get rid of all the modifiers that are in here. Yeah, array modifier can also go. Move it over here. So we're gonna stick with more or less the same design, but we're gonna slightly adjust this grip right here so that it doesn't look weird. So we're going to change this to active. We're going to align it with this. We're also going to align it in a different way with this, like so. And then we're actually going to temporarily bring back this middle center line here so that we can align this entire thing with the middle of there. And then we're going to go back and delete that because we don't need it. I just realized that I messed up. Because we're gonna be adjusting the length of this too. But this is still way out here. This, like the actual railing, is still way out there, so we actually need to use this as the point as the active point. Like so. No, it looks weird, but it's gonna get fixed, okay? I promise. It's gonna be fine. So, I'm gonna align. Yeah, let's yeah, I feel like that's what we should be doing. And then let's move the entire thing up just slightly. So 0.025. Site-17 was... Site-19 was pretty nice, I guess, in terms of development. Or, sorry, not in terms of development, in terms of looks. Not so much in terms of development, though, I will say that. Okay, let's align this edge with here, and once again, decrease it 0.05. So essentially, the feel we're going for here is to have this feel like it's wrapping around this. Actually, for that, I'm gonna move the entire thing up by 0.025 again, so I can make this thicker. Oh, the reason the gun models are, so I actually looked up the gun model for that specifically. I don't remember what it's called off the top of my head, but it's a gun that actually exists, surprisingly. I have it in starter pack, I think. Yeah, AR-57. Now if I go into here. It's a gun that actually exists. I don't know if that's a meme, if I like it, but yeah. So, aha. Okay. More room for improvement. So we're gonna actually loop cut these. Now we're gonna go into this mode here, and we're actually gonna delete these faces as well, because we can apply our little methodology of using a mirror there. Now, of course, I have to make sure that the center point is in the proper place, or the origin. Sorry. There we go. Because I've got a little bit of a plan for this now. So first off, we're going to get rid of that because it is honestly not needed. We're going to extend this over. Okay, why is it not snapping? Hello? There we go. So we're extending that to there. And we're extending this to here. Finally, we're going to be extending this to here. So the reason I'm doing this is because I now want to move this up by a certain amount, say 0.025. I think that's about halfway up, right? Yeah, it is. 5 like so. 0.025 in this direction as well. Did I do a bad? I think I did a bad. Okay. Temporarily, for now, I'm going to separate this out. I'm actually going to loop cut it around this. I'm going to delete all of the parts on the bottom side. And I'm going to apply the mirror modifier over the Z-axis as well. So once again, have to do only half the work. Because I'm a lazy developer and everybody knows it. Okay, now the shape that we're going for is like so. So now if we take these parts and extrude them slightly outward, it now looks like the entire thing is slightly hugging it, right? So it's wrapping around this, and like clamping on it. Thank you. Let's go ahead and this. No, we'll keep it at that. So we're gonna clean this up. And now, to boost the effect even more, we're gonna... What the heck did I do here? Hold on. What did I do? Okay. I hate that number so much. That is not an okay number. Okay, 0.025, 0.025. Okay. That's fine. Why is this not fine? 0.025. Why are you like this? Okay, we're gonna fix that. There we go. Oh, I know why. Because I was aligning with the middle of this. Surprisingly enough, Itamar didn't find me. I actually found him. So back in late 2017, I think, I first joined this group. Because I was looking, like at the time, I wanted to play an SCP game, but I had already played SCP Containment Breach. So I was looking for SCP roleplay groups specifically, and Itamar's just happened to be like, so I went through several ones. I think I went to Creepysons, and I think I went to Eltork. So the pretty much two main groups that were around at the time. I don't know about Creepysons. I don't remember. But this was way back when Area 12 was a thing, so it looked a lot more colorful and a lot more welcoming at the time. So it's just sort of the site that I decided to, I don't know, dedicate my time to. I don't know how to express that. But yeah, that's pretty much that. Stuff happened. I eventually became an 05 at I eventually became an 05 at Inamars, and stuff just sort of went from there. At some point, I resigned from being an 05 and moved more towards development. I think I actually left the group for quite a while at that point. And then I came back because I was looking for development jobs. Okay, I think this is pretty much how it should look. What do you think, chat? Oh yeah, what time am I on anyway? I started at... around 9:45. It is... Okay, it's been an hour. Top shelf, alright. I still feel like this is a little bit too blocky, so here's what I'm actually gonna do in regards to it. I'm gonna apply the modifier. I'm gonna reattach. Oh, hold on. Before I do that, I have to disable the mirror modifier, that one. Then I'm gonna reattach this to the old one. There we go. I guess that clipped accidentally. Whoops. Yeah, that clipped. So I'm gonna undo that. So I'm gonna select this entire bottom edge if I can, which I can. I'm just gonna move it up, enable clipping, and then there we go. I'm gonna disable not that. I'm gonna apply the modifier and rejoin it. There we go. And now I can just dissolve these edges, but not these for some reason, I guess. Cool, thanks. Thanks, Blender, really cool. Gonna clean these up. I should be able to join these now, right? Wrong, okay. What's going on, bud? What are you doing? Okay, alternative means. There we go. Cool. So that is nice and merged. So what I'm gonna do on this side actually is, okay, wait, I'm gonna move this entire thing up by something like 50, so other stuff doesn't get in the way. I'm gonna go down here, and I guess not see anything. Oh, that's why. So, what I'm sort of thinking is I'm thinking of making a cut something like this. And maybe make this come down through it and sort of bevel into the inside. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I like that idea. Temporarily, I'm gonna mark these, all of these. What is happening? Why is it so weird? Should be able to select all of them going around, right? Yeah, should be. Why isn't it doing that? Weird. Okay, I'm going to temporarily mark these as sharp so I see them when I'm looking at the side, like that. There we go. So I am going to go down here just sort of roughly cut this out. There we go. Gonna take this, gonna align it with this here. Gonna create an edge between that, and I'm gonna do the same thing on this side. And then I'm just gonna get rid of all of these parts here. Then finally I'm gonna take all of these edges that I've now created, except for this one, or this one can stay. I'm gonna just make sure that they're a nice even number from the top. Oh goodness. You make sure that they're a nice even number from the top. So something like 0.025 is not exactly a nice number in terms of Roblox, but for Blender it'll be just fine. So now gotta do pretty much the same thing for this edge here. So 0.025 and whoops, 0.025 in this direction as well, like this, and then figure out how far I want it to go in. So I'm gonna go with 0.15, no, just 0.1. Then that's too much. 0.05 maybe? 0.05. 0.05 works. 0.05 in the bottom. Like so. Okay, cool. So that's more or less lined up. 0.25 in this direction. Just align that too. And I think this should be, yeah, 0.025. There we go. So we have a really nice nice shape cut out here now. I'm just going to go ahead and extrude that over here. Make sure all of the vertices are properly cleaned up. So I think it just merged the two that were over here and down here, if I'm correct. This is an n-gon, which means that it has more. So triangle is 3 vertices, so vertices are these things right here, 1, 2, 3. Triangle has 3 vertices. A quad or a quadrilateral has 4 vertices, and an n-gon has more than 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If I counted that correctly. Yeah, 8 down here. So I need to figure out how I'm gonna fix the topology on that. Though honestly, I might just have Roblox do it for me. It shouldn't matter too much. Oh, yeah, his Zeta chimed in. Yeah, that's probably the reason. Okay, cool. So that is good. So now we're going to go ahead and extend both of these down here slightly. And then we are going to turn this into a face, and then go into here and select this inside edge and try and do something like this. So we're gonna move it down here. I think that looks pretty cool. What do you think, chat? So let's go ahead and move this back down. Focus on it. Wraps around nicely. Shows off a little bit of that. I think we're good. And the shape has stayed relatively the same, so we can honestly keep the railings we designed previously. That's good as well. Only thing I'm slightly worried about is placing this properly against placing this properly in Roblox. So we need to figure out if there's a nice way to do it. So I'm going to move this out 1. So it moved right 1. And then I'm going to move it back to here, aligned with this. Oops, why? And that is 0. Oh no, it's 0.84. for repeating. So what we're gonna try and do is we're gonna try and move it to 0.8. Oh wait, heck no. I'm wrong. Okay, so it's 0.84. So we're gonna line it up with this. So now, if we subtract that, then we get 0.15 repeating. Yeah. 0.155. Yeah. Wait, no. Hold up. Oh no, that's just the way it was aligned. Okay, never mind. I am right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I think I'm good. What did I do? Okay. So in essence, this means that if I want to put the railing onto this thing, I would need to move it 0.155 repeating, which if I mean, it's doable, but floating point errors exist casually. I think we should be fine. I think it's not a nice number, but we'll definitely see if it starts behaving strangely, and if it does, we can always just go back and remake it. So let's import the, oh wait, I forgot one more thing. So we also need to check how far away it is from the bottom. So by to do that, we just and it's a nice 0.5. Cool. So export it. So that export this as a rail holder. And let's just steal this. Delete all of the other ones. Goodbye. Parent this to workspace using plugin and reset that. Check it out for any artifacts. Nope, it looks good. So now we're gonna try and align it. So I'm using F3X for alignment. So if you recall, 0.155 and then 0.05 down. Fantastic. Okay, cool. It is aligned. The railing, not so much, but it's fine. We can easily change that. I hope. How let's figure out how much the railing needs to be adjusted. Okay. Let's just create a loop cut down the middle real quick. What in the world is happening here? Is it already loop cut? It is. Okay. So let's just set this to center. What in the world is happening? Oh, that's why. There we go. Okay. And now I'm gonna set this to closest. So so right now we can already align this like this in Roblox. We just need to figure out how far down it needs to be moved after that. So if I'm just gonna go into here for that. If I select this, face is active, then move it down, we can see that it has to be moved a total of 0.05 studs down. So that if we want this entire thing to be right in the middle, so we need to move it. We then need to move it 0.025. So like that, it's right in the middle where we want it. Yeah, 0.025 is a sketchy number when it comes to Roblox. I don't know how much I like that. I might change that. So, oh, I guess I can't align it because it considers this the entire mesh. That's fun. That's fine. How do you do? Wonder what to do for that. I guess I'm just gonna have to import it properly. 0.05. Okay, yeah, that'll probably work. So this is already exported. I can export this as, I should probably change this to be a more of a round number. Okay then. Choose this back to closest. Like so. And now export that as a railing. So now I'm gonna drag this off screen because once again, I don't want you guys to see the the site before it is done, or most of the site. So I'm gonna set it to its proper position. I'm going to do the same thing for the railing. I'm gonna find it. There it is. Group it. Move it over to where we are working. Just right around here. There we go. Now, since this is already the same size, I can just align this with the old rail holder. Just move it, offset it slightly, and there we go. It is now properly aligned, like so. Fantastic. Okay, we probably don't need more than 1 or 2 per tile. We're just gonna clone this over. That is not. Oh, that's because I said 6.6, not 6.5. There we go. So now we duplicate it. It's looking nice. It's not going into any of these. Gonna group these together so I don't have to select them individually later. I'm just gonna select this and move it over like so. Now if you remember from the previous stream, I had to do some magic stuff to make it rotate properly around this corner. But because these tiles are now the same size, both length and width, we can just turn it like so. And continue on our adventure. Like that. Coolio. And one final one over here. Oh, and then I realized that I forgot to do the other side. Okay, and I'm honestly probably gonna have to do a bit of a fix on this because I forgot to rotate both the railing and the holder around this one, so I would not be able to align the railing without that. So then I'm gonna do the same thing for that and same thing for that. Now I copy it over like so. And same thing for here. then I'm going to start aligning the railings so that they, well, are aligned. Oops. I'm just going to temporarily make them meet over like this. I think I can actually use ResizeAlign for that. Might be a little bit nicer. Yeah, it is. Oh, used the wrong one. I'm supposed to do intertouch. Like so. Align it with the other railing. Now, because sorry, I've been really quiet, haven't I? This is typically something that I do without any watchers, so I'm not particularly used to streaming. So I apologize if I'm too quiet occasionally. Yeah, that's pretty like. I would do streaming more often, but the problem is that when I work on stuff, it's less building typically or modeling. It's more of programming, and since programming is basically like the I wouldn't go so far so as to say it's the heart of the game, but it is extremely important, especially the stuff on the server side, and the stuff on the server side typically can't be stolen. But if I stream development of it, then people can essentially see exactly what I'm doing with that, and they can very easily just replicate it. Now, even if I'm not showing like everything, there's still quite a bit of a security risk associated with that, which is why I don't do streaming of me scripting, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. Okay, cool. So Catwalk is finished, looking mighty fine. So next is going to be the stairs. And yes, I unfortunately do realize that that we spent 1 hour literally on just the stairs, and there's not much you can do when you want quality. You tend to spend a lot of time on stuff like this. So for now, let's just, so I'm gonna do something, and I'm probably gonna regret it. First of all, I'm gonna temporarily parent those to workspace. I'm gonna copy over. Then I'm going to resize this part to match up with these guys. So, what I'm gonna do now is probably not something I should be doing. I'm going to align this with the old stair. Are you not gonna align? Roblox decide to autosave at the perfect time as always. Come on, come on. Oh, that's why it's not aligning. I forgot I have an invisible part there. Now, if you were at the last stream, you would remember that that there's actually an invisible part here, which helps with walking up and down the stairs, because typically walking up these stairs would cause your humanoid figure to climb, because it's detecting it less of as a stair and more of as a ladder. So yeah, just a little bit of a development or of a developer trick that we use to make it seem like it's an actual set of stairs. Also, this is turning out surprisingly well, considering what I'm doing. What I've essentially just done is I have turned this into a stair, and I did not think that it would end up looking good, but it kind of does. What do you think, Chad? What do you think about this monstrosity? I'm actually going to temporarily move this thing because it's actually starting to annoy me. So I'm just going to move it directly up by move it up directly by 10, so I don't have to worry about it later. So then we're just gonna do that a couple times. Probably using more meshes than I should be, but it's okay, I think. Especially since I'm reusing the same mesh, which is a really, really good practice. Same with unions. Okay, okay. And if we take this and we move it down by 10, then this should be a fully functioning, well, staircase. Now, of course, these steps are now floating, so not sure what we're gonna do about that quite yet. Oops. Okay, didn't quite realize what is the problem. It's that all of these are unanchored, so I have just now anchored all those, and now I need to select these things as well over here. I need to anchor all of them. There we go. Same for these, anchored. So now playtesting. Okay, bit of a lag spike while we were loading in. It is insanely smooth though. So walking down is fine, and walking up is also pretty fine. I'd say I'd call that a success. Well, might have to move that invisible barrier up a little bit. Character's spazzing out, or trying to climb the stairs a little bit more often than I'm liking. But yeah, I'd say that's pretty darn good. So just gonna move this by a little bit. Let's see how that affects it. Oh yeah, Zeta, how are you liking the stream, by the way? Anything I could do to improve it? Because unfortunately, it seems like the stream has kind of died a little bit, and by a little bit, I do mean a lot. All right, there we go. Yeah, actually, that's a really, really good point. I completely forgot about that. So we can actually move this back, and I can select these individual stairs and disable collisions for them. Select the children, and disable collisions like so. It should not spaz out anymore. Fantastic! Look at that. I think I just had to keep the I don't remember. Did I disable collisions on that one? I don't think I should. Well, it might not matter. Welcome back, Heat. Okay, yeah, collisions are still on for that. Good. So, yeah. So now we have to figure out what we want to do with this. Now I'm thinking maybe we should just put. I either just put a little bit. I can't talk. I guess. Might just resize this slightly. Take the materials from here and copy it over to here. It looks a little bit lazy, but it works otherwise. What do you think, chat? Should I just leave it as that, or should I replicate like one of these over here, for example? Choices. All right, I'll leave it. I'll leave it for now. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So I'll either create another mesh to replace this, but yeah. That's sort of the thought process I was going with as well. That if I do that again, it'll look too much like the same thing. So this indeed does add a little bit of variation. So now, once again, gotta reposition this. Hello, Roblox, please. Thank you. I'm gonna use 0.5 because I think these offsets use 0.5 anyway. I guess I'm wrong. 0.25 maybe? There we go. Beautiful. Now just align it along this axis. Cool. Now I can just rotate it around this like so. And rotate it again like so. Move it over here. And rotate it once more. Fantastic. Oh wait, I have ResizeAlign. Keep forgetting about that one. And then just offset this by 0.5, I think I was using. No, I was offsetting it by 0.25 after all. Doot. Great. Okay, now I should be able to, once I finish this small section, should be able to just replicate it all the way down around. So let's finish this up by doing this section of stairs here. So sort of in the same way that we've been doing up to this point. Let's move this over like so, and then we can just take this entire thing and clone it. So we probably don't want this every step, so we're going to do it every other step. And that is aligned. Good. Okay. Oh, I am seeing quite a flaw though. These little things over here are going inside of these. So maybe just offset it a little bit. I'm gonna group these specific ones, by the way, and parent the model to workspace so it doesn't keep spazzing out like that. Although it's still spazzing out because of the invisible barrier. It's fine though. Oh, probably should make these part of this group as well. There we go. So the way I did it here, oh yeah, I already have the I already have this section done even, I think. Yeah, there we go. So I am going to export Okay. What I'm going to do actually is I'm going to select these. I'm going to copy it over to here. Oops. Then move this active part over to here. Not quite like that. There we go. Then clean it up. And then that is a good idea. Wait a sec. What if I can just? I mean, I can do that, but no. I'd rather even if it is slightly spazzing out, I'd prefer to make sure I remember that it's there, because I have a tendency to easy to forget that things are, well, things that are locked that are there. Goodness, how did I do this before? What's the offset on this? 1.75 and negative 1.25. Okay. So what if I... Oh, okay, on these ones I actually have it offset. Okay, wait, if I have it offset, by how much? So we've cut that. We've cut that. Oh heck, okay. Get rid of this loop cut. Replace this loop cut. Oh. Okay. Okay, if I select the center, I have it also by 0.375. Okay. So 0.375. Do. Well, it didn't quite solve the problem that we had, but still slightly better, I'd argue, maybe. No, not really. Yeah, we'll keep it offset though. It looks nicer that way, I think. What do you think, chat? Oh. So put all invis barriers in the folder model, and then put their transparency to 0.1, or put a texture with X's on it or something. Okay, yeah, that's actually a really good point. Put them in a folder group. Oh, of course, as always, Roblox likes to save when I'm trying to type something. Invis barriers. I'll select the children of that. I'm going to set them to 0.9 or 0.8. There we go. Oh, I forgot to lock them. There we go. Yeah. Oh, and hey, look, I can still select them using my plugin. Neat. Okay. Now, for this, I need to now assume that it is. What? How did I? Okay, hold on. Oh, that's why. Okay. Okay, so GX. So I'm gonna align it with this, which is 10.5. I'm going to this, which is approximately negative 7.5. So now it's aligned. Gonna get rid of this array modifier, or rather. Yeah, gonna get rid of the array modifier, I don't need it. Then move it 1.75, then 1.25, and then 1.25 in the negative direction, like so. doesn't quite work. Or rather, no, it does. It does work. It does work. Okay, 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 okay. I know what I'm doing. I promise. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just drag this thing over here. Make sure that the active is being moved to here. Make sure that this has a center line. It does. There we go. And then move it down by 0.025. Okay, so now, name of the game is to make it so that these kind of sort of align. So the way I'm going to be doing that is the union modifier. Or, sorry, the Boolean modifier. So, I'm going to call this something like a rail add. Apply a Boolean modifier. Instead of difference, we're going to do a union. And then we're going to find a rail add. There it is. We're going to apply it. This is going to do a whole lot of stupid stuff, but for the most part, it's going to hopefully do what we want it to. So we can get rid of this stuff on this side. Yeah, okay, okay, okay. I didn't mess up. Cool. Or wait, did I? I think I did. Oops. Keep pressing the wrong button. No, I didn't. Okay, what's going on then? What are you doing? Oh. Oh, okay, I know what I did. There we go. That's looking proper, I think. What are you? Good grief. Okay. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. The PTSD is certainly not behind us. Okay, I have an idea. So I'm gonna actually I'm gonna go back to right before we did the union thing. Ooh. Okay. Then right as we're doing it, I'm gonna clone the original one. I'm gonna hide it. I'm gonna use this one. Cack. There it is. And I'm going to slightly increase its width. Just by a little bit. 1.00001. And this will hopefully be enough to do the thing that we wanted to do. Now we take a look at this. All of these faces now. Hide this, and I think we're good. Yeah, okay, I think we're good. I think we're good. Yeah, buddy. So these ones can go. Why is this side missing? Okay. That side is proper. What the heck is going on? Okay, we're just gonna delete all of these sides because they are not needed. Because all we care about is this intersection right here. So. Good grief. So, yeah, it's really, really messy. But unfortunately, that's like one of the only ways to do what I want to do with that. And That is not okay. Oh, come on. Why are you like this? Okay. Oh my. Oops. Oh, it's doing that, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, well, on the bright side, I think we have all of the intersection points that we need. If I delete that, I'm not going to delete that just yet. Okay. So, if I... Yeah, okay. Oh my. Okay, never mind, it's fine. Delete this vertice. Make a vertice between there and there. Make a vertice there. Fantastic, okay. Bottom side there has been reconstructed. Select this edge, make sure it is gone. We do not want it there. So reconstructing this side. This side is good. So, get rid of this vertice here, we don't need it. Get rid of that vertice, it broke the entire thing. Lovely. I'm just not gonna delete any vertices anymore. I'm just gonna use the cleanup mesh thing. Okay, so it's cleaned up 19 vertices so far. That ain't okay. What is happening there? What the heck? Am confusion, but okay. I really need a keybind for this cleanup thing. I use it so often. I haven't seen any cleanup haven't seen any keybind utilities for Blender though. Whoops. Wrong edge. That right there. Okay. Delete that there. These booleans really miss your topo. Yep. This is specifically why anybody who uses Blender hates unions, because that's literally what unions do, like unioning your objects does. It just destroys the topology to stupid lengths. Unless you're using negate. Negate is somewhat okay. Kind of. If you squint and turn your head sideways. FP spawn. Nif. Greetings to you as well. Okay. And I just gotta make sure that my model stays consistent there. Okay, cool. So we have finishing that. I don't know how to describe it. So we're gonna just do like that, and then in sort of the same way that we did previously, we're gonna move it 0.25 like so. So when it comes to, holy heck, that's not gonna work, is it? Okay, so instead, we're just gonna undo everything we did. No, I'm kidding. We're not quite gonna do that. We're gonna do that. And also, as I was doing that, I saw some really weird stuff happening with the topology here. I don't remember where it was though specifically. Guess it. Oh, never mind. I know why. Okay, so that should be good. Maybe. Okay, so we're gonna export that as a stairway railing. We're gonna start importing it into here, and hopefully it'll work properly. If it doesn't, I'm not gonna scream or anything like that, but I'm gonna be very displeased. Okay, 1.75, I believe. So by doing that, we can get up to the level of the previous one. Now 1.25 to get it into here. Fantastic. Then 0.25, like so. Coolio. And now we should be able to just use this as the import. I did call it stairway railing, right? Yeah, stairway railing. I do not want to move it. Hey. Okay. Now we import this, or we move it like so, and it lines up perfectly. Gotta love it. Remove the old one, and we are good. Look at that. Well, I might add the little extension onto there just because it looks really weird otherwise. Like it looks like you could, you know, cut yourself really bad. Oh, hello. Aha. Okay, so there are problems with this after all. It wasn't as simple as I thought it would be. Face orientation. Blue means good, it means it's facing outward. Red means it's facing the opposite direction. Really simple to fix though. You select everything, Alt N, and then you recalculate outside, and it fixes itself. Like magic. And I'm gonna go ahead and just extrude this out like something like... Actually, I'm just gonna go ahead and extrude it out to the edge. Let's see how that looks. So export as stairway railing. Gonna duplicate this, move it slightly upward, and re-import it. Stairway railing. Became slightly wider, so we need to realign it again. But it should look quite a bit better now. Ooh. Roblox is saving. Now we can take this. Oh. Looks like this thing isn't aligned. But it's aligned in here. What gives? This is just... Oh, you know what? I guess the railing is just aligned on that side. Off center? Yeah, it's off center. See how, let me disable the face orientation. See how here it's like right in the middle? How this thing is right in the middle of the, like, the straight part? Here it's not. So it was actually misaligned from the start. Haha. It was IDEO. There we go. That's pretty much perfectly aligned. So now this is going to be slightly weird to fix. Essentially what we have to do here, I think, is duplicate it, make it go around like that. Take another railing, set it to match this. Set it to end just on the edge of this rail holder. Also flip it around. And then we gotta take it and realign it from the other side. And that is pretty much where our railing should start. So the railing can be, I think it should be able to just be, wait, okay. So the railing can now be resized. Oops. You resize like this. Now we use that to align this railing. Did I do something? Oh, that's what I did. It can be used to align this. One second, I need to move this other railing. It's in the way. So this railing can be used to align this. Now this can be deleted. This can be re-added. Now this can be that. Oh wait, I think I just overcomplicated the entire thing. Yeah, I overcomplicated it out the wazoo. Now I'm just gonna slightly move this old part back into place. There we go. Now we can just extend this railing slightly, and it will be all good. Fantastic. So there we go. We have pretty much finished the stairs, at least in terms of the design. We still need to address the whole floating issue that we have on these stair pieces here. So yeah, I think we've made quite a bit of progress. I'm gonna go ahead and say let's do a bit of a break. Let's do 15-minute break. So we'll restart at essentially midnight my time. It's currently 23:54, or sorry, 23:47. So in 15 minutes, we're gonna come back and continue. Welcome back, Zeta. Unfortunate timing though. All right. So we'll be back soon. Hello, and welcome back to the stream. So, previously we finished up the catwalk for the most part. We still have a little bit left to do in the form of making sure that it's not, well, a anti-gravity monstrosity. But besides that, we are more or less done. So, the stream is gonna probably go on for maybe another half hour, so we'll end at around 3 hours length of the stream. Hopefully not too much over it, but yeah, let's get right into it. So for this, I think it's gonna be relatively simple. I'm just gonna put massive I-beams, kind of like we have over here, or not massive I-beams, but like a couple bricks on the bottom, just to sort of give it that supported look. And we're gonna have several. We're gonna use this terrain over here to sort of make it look like that's also holding the entire structure up. Once we have that, we're going to focus on making sure that these things here are also supported. And we'll see where we go from there. It should be relatively simple. We're just gonna grab that material. Oops. Gonna put it into here. That is a certain size, say that maybe? Maybe up that 2.3. There we go. Because like they're already technically speaking linked between each other, but I feel like this would be like, you know how if you have like a ticket of some sort, typically for something like a movie theater, there are these holes along it that allow the cashier, or however those guys are called, to rip a specific portion off easily. It's kind of like that. I feel like it would rip off really easily. So we're just adding a couple more supports to that. So I'm gonna just duplicate it for now to make sure that we have that. Okay, we're just gonna extend it all the way out here. From the top, that looks quite alright. I'd say it doesn't look the best. I'm not sure we particularly want it to be the best per se in the scenario. I mean, it's supposed to be just supports. It's not like you're walking over it. We'll see how that ends up looking once we put everything together. If anything, we can once again just make it another mesh. That'll make it turn out just fine. So actually for this, I'm probably gonna do that. Yeah, that I think that's fine. And then we're gonna take these guys. We're gonna duplicate them, move them down, rotate them. We're gonna try and do our best to align them with. Okay, then that was. Why is it selecting the entirety of that? What the heck? There we go. What's the angle of these? The angle of these is. One moment. Calculator time. Can't be bothered to. Oh yeah, I've been doing this for quite a while now. 0.46. So that is an angle of approximately 35.54 degrees from the horizon. So we're gonna go into here. We're gonna change that to 35.54, and then just rotate it like so, and it should be at the same angle as the as these whatchamacallits as the stairs. Now I'm just gonna casually align it with the locked block. Gonna have to slightly move it down though by 0.15 because that's how thick the actual walkway is. Then we're just gonna roughly position it so that it's in the center. Now, immediately we see the problem that, oh hey, it's going through the stairs. So to fix that, we take this and we start moving it slowly in this direction until it is no longer doing that, but just barely touching the stairs. Oh, no, sorry, that's a lie. You might want to do it a little bit more than that. I just realized another problem that we have here. That's the fact that this texture actually slightly goes out. And as all things similar, once you've seen it, you can't unsee it. So I'm now going to have to go back through all of these and I'm going to have to fix them. So they're all more or less the same size. So I'm going to try and just 0.45 maybe? That work? It did, I think. Yeah, it did. Okay, cool. So that has been fixed. No more going outside. Strange choice of words, I know. So let's start moving this again. I think honestly, if we glitch it in, or not glitch it in, if we move it in slightly, it looks fine. What do you think, chat? Did it look better with the supports outside and not touching the grating, or touching the grating like it is now? Yeah, that is absolutely true. I'm just saying, like, in terms of looks, how do you guys think it feels like it looks? I mean, if you don't have an opinion too, just say that. Alright, and what do you mean it has to match with something? Alright, I'm just gonna continue so that we're not wasting too much time. So now I gotta align this. So 6.5 and move that over like so. Use F3X to scale it down like so. Just move it over to here. Or no, sorry, that's a lie. Move it over to this like so. And now we can use that as our alignment point. There we go. I'm just going to scale these down so that they actually line up properly, like so. I'm honestly not entirely sure how I feel about that. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna use 0.5 because that is the offset that is used, or the smallest offset that is used for these specific stairs. There we go. Just gonna make that aligned like that, and then that there, and then also align this with the center of this and rotate it. Coolio. I'm going to use ResizeAlign to resize these to fit each other, or to touch. I'm going to resize these to extend all the way out to here and all the way out to here. Oh boy. Okay, wait. I think. Okay, I think I know what I'm doing. So for this, I can actually extend it all the way out here. I can delete this, and I can just copy and paste this over here. I'm gonna rotate it by 180 degrees so that it maintains consistency, but it should be just like so. Yeah. So we look in here, it goes slightly out. If we look out here, it goes slightly out underneath this one as well. So, in terms of the actual walkway piece, I think we're done. So all I need to do at this point is I just need to clone these over. So I'm gonna make this not be locked. I'm gonna parent it to the workspace. It's gonna flop all the way down, so I need to scroll all the way up. And now we should be able to just, so I'm gonna move this out of the way using a 10 stud spacing. I'm going to now group a bunch of these together. So I'm gonna group, this together. I'm going to group these guys together. I'm gonna group this invisible barrier to the stairs. Ooh. Hello, Roblox. Oh, what the heck? Okay, that's cool. Thanks, Roblox. Really nice. Oh, did it? Yeah, it did. Okay. So this part is apparently still grouped to the old one, so I actually need to ungroup that from there to workspace, and now I need to regroup to this. So these two are now going to get grouped. So this is, oh geez. Just going to set this up here to be the primary part so that it's still a nice square hitbox. I'm gonna, oh, I forgot about the supports, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Okay, so I'm actually gonna ungroup this, and then I'm gonna take these supports and I'm gonna group them to the stairs. So now if I move this, it should be just that. Fantastic. Group it to, group these two together. Gonna set this top part as the primary part. Gonna delete them, or not. Okay, never mind. And now I'm gonna take these. Actually, I'm gonna go into here. Oh, I need to actually name these groups. Nice. Support panel supports. Oh. If you don't mind, how much of progress of the site was made? See, I don't know how to answer that without giving away a potential release date. I will say that a majority has been made. It's gonna release like fairly soon. I'm not gonna tell you when though. Oh jeez, that's still grouped. Okay, wait. Okay, grouping these. Also, I have absolutely no idea what the delay on the stream is. I feel like it is a significant amount. Panel supports is the name. Okay, let's set that transparency to 1. Oh, I love it. Yeah, that's really good. I love it when it does that. Thanks, Roblox. Appreciate it. Walk, stair, section. Alright, now, this is the moment of truth. Oops, let me change that from 10 studs to something a little bit more manageable. And now we align this with this. Okay. So we do have a little bit of problems. It's okay, people won't be dumb enough to fall down this hole, will they? Yeah. People totally are, by the way. Well, not dumb enough, but people will deliberately jump down the hole. Just for that, I'm gonna look into adding fall damage. Wouldn't that be fun, like if you were just vibing over here in the FP spawn, then you fell through the floor and fell all the way down there? Trust me, I believe it. I believe it, absolutely. Okay, let's get rid of these railings here. So here, what we're actually gonna have to do is we're gonna have to manually, move it. 1.25. Yeah, I like that. Takes one to know one. Love it, love it. Okay, yeah, and I'm just gonna leave it like that for now. Might go back and fix it later. So, this is what that looks like now. I don't know about you guys, but I think that looks pretty hot. Okay. Okay. You know what the catwalk also needs? I think it needs lights on it, like lights that are dedicated specifically for being on the catwalk, because this one light over here ain't gonna cut it. And putting more of these like upside down on here to light the stuff below it is kind of eh. Okay. Oh yeah, that's a point. Wait. Oh, what did I just do? Yeah. So these are the not quite. So what I'm thinking for the walkway lights is to have something similar to that, which also clamps down on the side, kind of like this one does, like this, but just have it go around the railing and sort of hang like and sort of arch on top here. So here's our current platform. Here, cack. Here is the thing that's hanging on, right? And then have it, and then here is the railing with a thing up here. So that's the railing right now. What I was thinking was to have something that goes around. I'm just going to use brown for this. Also goes around like this, and one moment. Here. There we go. I was thinking about having something that goes around like this and sort of hangs up here. Like that. I know, right? I mean, I have GIMP, but Paint.net is more than sufficient for this, methinks. All right, so and then one more thing before we finish up for today, I want to create some very rudimentary suspension things for this walkway. I might honestly finish those off screen because it's just a little bit more detailing, kind of what we've been doing for the entire thing, and I don't want to bore everyone too much with how long that'll take, which honestly probably isn't that long, but still, whatever. Pablo Picasso. I mean, the I was acting in a overly calm fashion last time I was streaming, so people were literally calling me who were calling me Bob Ross. I don't know. I tried to start off this stream with sort of the same vibe, but I don't think it quite worked. Because I was apparently as boring as a Zoom teacher. We don't make mistakes, we make happy accidents. Well, I mean, wires are easy. Here, watch this. Wires are literally the easiest thing you can make. It's literally, you take something like this, you grab a rope, say, from here to, where the heck is it going? From here to here. You add some slack in it by increasing the length of it, so something like 21, for example, and then you change its color to black. There's your wire. Boom. Now, granted, it's a little bit nicer if you position it properly, but yes, that's all it boils down to. Also, I'm showing constraints right now. Oh wait, I'm not drawing them on top. There's a lot of them. Oh, a very massive amount. There could be more, of course. Oh boy, you see those flashes, by the way? They're not happening now, but they happen occasionally. Oh, there they go. That's Roblox being Roblox. That's Future is Bright, or the current Future stage. It likes to spaz out. So this has actually caused a lot of problems for us in terms of development, because this entire, like, the whole aesthetic of this relies on having that. So if I change this to something like Shadow Map, which was, as you might know, the previous lighting engine, it completely breaks the entire thing. Now, it wouldn't be so bad. Like, this could be usable if not for this dark pit of whatever the heck this is, because as you get away from a certain area, it sort of almost turns the lighting engine off. So if I get closer to this, it'll fix itself. But as soon as I get away from it, it does that again. So it's either use this or use something like Voxel, which, oh, I guess Voxel has literally the exact same issue. Or use something like Compatibility, which doesn't have shadows, period. Oh wait, never mind, I guess all of them have the same problem. Okay, feature is. Yeah, but it looks a lot better with feature, of course. Okay, I'm gonna change this back to put light. Oof. How big, if you don't mind me asking? Like, how bad is the damage? I wonder if I go high enough up here, does it start doing that? Nope, guess it doesn't. Yeah, that's a yikes. For that, I mean, is it a large open space like this is, or is it more of a, like, tunnel that goes directly down? Unfortunate. I mean, one of the ways you can try fixing it is just fog. That seems to work pretty well most of the time. Let's see. I mean, so is it an SCP place? Okay, is it an SCP related place? How do I want to do this? I'm looking at a concept art again, trying to figure out how I want the supports to look. Oh, I closed the stream chat, hold on. There we go. I have it open on a different window. Okay, so bit of a thing that we had going on. So first of all, for the lighting, for features bright lighting, if you go into the point light and so the flashing is caused, we think, as the development team collectively, we think that it is caused by the lights attempting to interact with the terrain. So doing something as simple as turning shadows off fixes the problem entirely. Like, it stops flashing. Regarding the actual lighting, so before we knew about the how to fix the whole lights flashing thing, the entire quarry was essentially a disco ball. Like, it was flashing all over the place. So because it's an SCP place, what we were going to do as the dev team was we were going to sort of introduce it into the lore of Site-17 revamp, that there is an SCP inside a like that the quarry itself is an SCP and that is why the flashing happens. But then our builder, actually the one who designed pretty much the entire site, um, told us about this little thing, which was to turn the shadows off, and that pretty much fixed the entirety of the quarry. Now, granted, there are still a couple places where this is happening, specifically where shadows are actually important, like the FP spawn. But point is, if it's somewhat of an SCP-related place, or or if sorry, I'm having an aneurysm or something. If it's somewhat of an SCP-related place, or if it has to do with some sort of anomaly, you can really easily just explain any of those looking off things as an effect of an SCP. So there are my 2 cents. Don't know how well it would work. I don't know how it would be accepted by the community, because we didn't have to say anything like that. But yeah, there's just there's an idea. Okay. I'm gonna switch away. So there's that big support. Let's see what I can do for these supports. Oh geez, how far down did you extend? That far. Well, I guess that's fair, yeah. Oh, you know what I'm gonna do? I am going to put them smack dab in the middle. Oops. I'm going to reduce it to something like 1 by 1. And then I'm going to have additional supports go like so. Rotate it by 45 degrees because reasons. And then use extend into for this. And make sure that it is aligned with the middle. Then copy it, rotate it by 45 degrees. And then move this all the way up to that. Then probably going to use the same concrete material from there. Yeah, the annoying thing is the shadows only cut out as the very edges, but you get to be almost... Yeah, absolutely. It's kind of stupid why Roblox did that in the first place. Honestly, I didn't even notice that that was a thing before, Wait a second. Hold up. So if I switch to compatibility, because I could have sworn compatibility did not have this issue. What the heck? Yeah, I'm not quite sure. Yeah, I could have sworn the compatibility did not have this issue before. Is it? I mean, I guess it's possible that it's part of just the new lighting change? Just casually working. I feel that. Been there, done that, liked it, did it again. I'll do it again. I can probably extend this into the terrain. That would make it look better, I think. Hi, Edamar. Did I just... Oh. That's where it went. I can also now... Okay, what I'm actually going to do for that is I'm going to move it down by 0.15. So it's not directly supporting it, but it's more supporting the these parts. Or even better, honestly, just there we go. Now it's just straight up on top. What do you think, chat? Does that look appropriate? I see chat is having a wild time. It looks hot, I don't like it. Thank you, chat. Trying to keep it classy. Okay. By the way, I'm probably gonna. Okay, we're like 10 minutes over the 3-hour mark. I have any I-beams that I can just port in? General shapes, small torus, project Site-17 revamp, supports canopy. Supports are I-beams, but they're like oriented at a 45-degree angle. That's not what I'm looking for. External merge, no, that's not it. Misc? Pillar pipe fitting test, no. Quarry props, crane pipe junction, nope. What is this pillar.object? Hold on. Hello? Oh, not what I was looking for. Okay. Small blast door transfers from the hallways, giant fan. Oh, geez, hello. Me trying to remember what 4K actually, what the resolution for 4K is. No, I'm not. I'm not in the 4K monitor gang. Yeah, Parf looks like an expired Twinkie. So this number 2 is what I'm using right now, so it's 2560 by 1440. And then the second one that I have off to the right side, which I have everything else on, is 1920 by 1080. My end goal is to have a 3 monitor setup. Because having 3 monitors is insane. For productivity, for just doing stuff, it's great. I really want 3 monitors. Also, since we're already 10 minutes over, I'm just gonna go ahead and create a quick I-beam thing. Actually, there is a way you can for monitors specifically. There is a screen laptop. There are these monitors that you can mount to the back of. Okay. There are these screens that you can mount to the back of monitors. Not quite like that. Something like this. So you absolutely can have a multi-monitor screen or multi-monitor laptop. You know, a bulb ups your 4K monitor. Early stream, he sounded dead. I mean, the only reason I sounded dead was because I was going for the same vibe I had the last stream. And Inamar, you can certainly try, you will not succeed. Okay, wait, how thick is this thing? It's 1 by 1, okay. There we go. Okay. Point 2 down. What did I do? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I see you calling it, Amar. I have streamer mode enabled, so it doesn't do any of the ring rings. Yeah, so early stream, CWM and gang were sending me memes, and a lot of them. That's not why I muted the Discord, but it is certainly a reason why my Discord has stayed muted. Okay, so what we're gonna do here is we're just gonna slightly round this. And by round, I mean Bezier. Like so. And then we're just gonna slightly... Well, how... I mean, does this look like an I-beam? Oops. I feel like this would be more of an I-beam. Yeah, I'm probably gonna do that. So move it by 0.1, 0.1. Yeah, that's an I-beam. Let me just yoink this. I-beam. I-beam thinner. I-beam have some thick. Oh, okay. So I got it. No, I didn't get it right, did I? Cack. Whoops, wrong direction. I mean. Okay, that's 0.1, so this is 0.2 in total. Okay, yeah, there we go. Now it's the same thickness all around. I mean, one might argue that these Bezier curves are compromising the structural integrity, but we're just gonna ignore that. It's fine. Nobody cares if this entire thing crashes down. We're gonna adjust the collision fidelity box because we don't want people glitching inside of it. I'm sorry, my brain cells are dissolving by the second. It's not okay. Okay. Then we can do 0.1 to make it go in so that there's not that really awkward thing. Oh, thanks, Sketchy Man. I appreciate it. And yeah, Blender in general is just insanely good for doing stuff like this. Like, Blender on its own, in terms of Roblox, it does, like, you can do some pretty cool stuff, but you can't do a lot. But the second that you start combining Blender with, you know, just normal building, you can just pull off insane things. Also ironic that we're talking about safety standards, because that's actually a topic that we're gonna be discussing in class, in my business economics class, in one of the next lectures. Just for the love of all things holy, don't make elevators. I was just about to say? One of the things site or areas or crap, Site-17 is gonna have is elevator. No, 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 no. We're no. We're not. No. 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 Oh god, I thought something weird was happening for a second there. Chat my chat finally caught up. I'm gonna do here just to add a little bit of variation. Is this? Yeah, I think the delay on the stream is more like 7 seconds. Because it takes quite a bit for what I say to go suck a Twinkie. I will show that. That deserves to be shown. Even then it's real bad. I keep building a walkway. Join us next time on Poly Bridge. I played Poly Bridge. It was quite the experience. And then for now, we're just going to keck. We're gonna keck really hard, okay? Okay, chat. We're gonna keck really hard. This is looking alright. Just need to move it down a bit, I feel like. Is this more or less even? Yeah, it is. There we go. Fantastic. Gonna make that slightly darker though, so that it doesn't quite blend in. Okay, that might be a little bit too dark, but you know what? It's fine. Thought I saw a thing, but I didn't. Yeah, I think this is it. What do you think, chat? Should I add on anything else? That dark there was a little bit insane. I think you should build an escalator. No, that's a level of memes I'm not ready to accept. Yeah, so what's oh cack. Okay. Okay. I promise it's the last thing I'm doing now, before I end the stream. I'm gonna group some of these together a lot nicer than they have been grouped. Or rather, they haven't been grouped at all up to this point. So I'm just going to do that. Is everything grouped? Okay, so supports are grouped, supports that is ungrouped. That needs to be fixed. Okay, and all these need to be renamed to supports. Or support. A bungee jump or bungee cord. Completely functional battle station. You mean kind of like the ones in Wolfenstein? When you're on Venus? Those ones? Just so much as God. Panel supports, that's what they are called. God. What did I call these? I called it, oh, literally just railings. Catwalk main section. Okay. Nice. Love it. Let's just casually commit donk. There we go. Now that should be grouped. Cack. This should be grouped. Fantastic. Okay. And then I can just... So the reason I'm grouping it right now is a really good reason, which I will share with you just a second. So I have... Oops. I have this this plugin that I made. It allows me to access, or it allows me to use a whole bunch of key bindings that I have programmed. So for example, right now this is, so if I wanted this catwalk to be parented to this, then I select this first, and then I select this last. Whatever I select last, and then I press Control Alt E, it will parent whatever everything that I've selected to whatever the last thing I selected was. And I have a whole bunch of these keybinds. Like for example, once again, if this was like all modeled or grouped together, and I wanted this to be sort of separate, I could press Control Alt W and it would parent it to the workspace like it just did there. So and I just have a bunch of those different keybinds. So the reason I grouped this whole thing together is for one reason, and one reason alone, is so that I can use Control Alt L to make sure every single thing in this model is anchored. So now we can go into testing. Lance, I swear to God! Oh no! I still have the old one in the fridge. I actually need to throw it out before it becomes a biological hazard. Oh God. I'm not okay. Yeah, I need to throw it out. It's probably become sentient at this point. Yeah, so this is buttery smooth. Oh man. Okay, wait. Okay, you know what? Hold on. I need to go check this out. Cuz the last batch turned out really weird and it tasted really weird. I'm mildly terrified. So I've just walked over to the fridge and I'm looking at it. It still has not developed mold. So I think it's toxic enough that it literally just kills any mold that tries to settle on it. Oh, it's that time of night. It's 1 a.m. I've lost most of my I've lost most of my brain cells at this point. But good news is we have pretty much finished. We are at the 3 hours and 30 minutes marking point. So we did not get to as much things as I wanted to. We finished this, which I honestly thought we would be done with this in like an hour at most. But it took us 3.5 hours, which is fun. So next on Development Stream Electric Boogaloo, we are going to be detailing the inside of this thing. Yeah, we're gonna be adding detail to this thing here, and hopefully it'll turn out nice. We may even change the design slightly. But yeah, that's that. Yeah. As always, thank you for watching the stream. I appreciate it. It certainly lets me do, like normally I would be sitting alone for hours on end doing this, so streaming this is actually quite a bit more enjoyable than that. So I honestly might start streaming other developments such as programming. Yeah. So, thanks guys. Don't forget your Geiger counter. Will you get a buff if you eat it? Probably a debuff. It's not funny. We need to advance science. Taste it for science. Karma, look in Discord, unrelated chat, and SCP Discord. Okay. What am I gonna find there? I'm actually mildly terrified. Rate the volleyball for the stream. Volleyball do be looking kinda thick though, not gonna lie. But in all seriousness, it looks really nice. Like, if you made this, absolute props to you. The only thing I am worried about is whether oh no, I forgot about the stream snipers. Oh no. The only thing I'm slightly worried about is the geometry, or sorry, the amount of geometry that this thing may or may not have. So yeah, just make sure that you're not going too much over on that, because you can actually get away with doing this using just normal maps. So yeah, very nice. Oh god, this is this is turning into a streamception right here. Yeah, fun. I'm just gonna yoink that back over here. What did Idamar send me? It's 8 from me now. Screw aerodynamics. I'll allow it. I mean, let's do this. Let's make a however many triangle cube. Or yeah, triangle cube. Okay. So here's how you do that, right? You add a cube, you move it up, and then you see to make sure you're counting every single triangle. You need to go into object properties. You need to go into viewport display, and you need to enable the wireframe. So now, when I subdivide it, I can see it happen. So now I have to go to subdivision. Crap. I need to go into something like subdivision surface, right? I need to make sure that all of these are proper like this. So now we're just gonna start scaling up the viewport render. Oh wait, Keck, I forgot. We also, besides the subdivision surface, we also need to triangulate it. So now we start upping the subdivision. It locks us out at 6, but I'm just gonna say screw it. I'm gonna up it to 10, and that's the point where Blender decides to stop working. I'm clicking like crazy right now. Oh, and it's crashing. Oh no. This is not okay. Subdivision surface is a recursive function. This is not gonna end well. You should import. Are you seeing this, chat? Do you realize what you're seeing right now? Let's put it into this perspective. This thing is black. Everything else is white. This means that there's so many. There is so many vertices that they're literally causing the entire model to look like it's dark. Okay, I feel like I'm obligated to end the stream at this point because I'm not a I'm a nose I'm starting to go slightly insane. It is the 1 a.m. vibes. I don't blame anyone who is under the same. Ah! Can't talk. Okay, yeah. So make a game out of those bricks. Unfortunately, Roblox is limited to uploading only 10,000 triangles at a time, unless you're doing stuff with humanoids. In which case you can upload a maximum of 25,000, I think. So even if I wanted to, I couldn't. Well, I could. I could just import one 10,000 triangle cube and then just. Okay. I'm actually gonna end the stream now. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you do not subscribe. Make sure you do not hit that notification bell because honestly, everyone's saying it at all times. It's kind of annoying. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the stream. I know it was one hell of a long stream. Thank you Gooch for staying here the entire time and being an awesome moderator. I'm gonna go vibe in the relevant chat. If you're in the relevant chat, you know what the relevant chat is. So yeah, might do some more streams later on. So yeah, see you guys later. Bye bye.